Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sumedha Thakur. I am 18 years old. I am a law student in Delhi NCR, and this is my guide on how you can crack your CLAT and AILET exam in December 2026. This video basically includes everything that I did when I was preparing for CLAT and AILET in 2025. And while there are hundreds, thousands of videos on YouTube by different coachings, different teachers, different mentors talking about how you can ace this exam, I feel like the perspective of someone who has personally gone through that process is way more valuable than these teachers and mentors. Obviously, they know what's best, they've been doing what they're doing for years, but I think it's worth listening to someone who has personally given that exam. So here is my section-wise division of logical reasoning, quantitative aptitude, vocabulary, GK, and legal, and how I aced the 5 sections. I would like to start by talking about how to ace your general knowledge. Now, GK is something that is never ending. I'm pretty sure your coachings, your teachers, and everyone, your seniors tell you this. For GK, and one thing about GK is it's very unpredictable. Like for legal, you still have some common sense that okay, this can come, this can come. But when it comes to general knowledge, they can literally pick anything from throughout the year and you won't even have a clue about that if you're not prepared. So these are all the materials that I used when I was studying GK. Let me get into it. Now, making notes in GK is very important from January to November, and there were 2 sites that I used when I was preparing for the same. So first of all, this is the site called Drishti IAS. A topic from last year's GK was Operation Sindoor, and on Drishti IAS you'll get these short crunch notes that you can use to make your GK notes from for CLAT. Although they are a bit on the UPSC level, you can tone it down, it's very worth it. And then there's this Excel sheet that's available on the internet for the CLAT post, and this CLAT post basically gets updated every month. You can see March in 2 parts, February in 2 parts, and CLAT post I believe is one of the most amazing sources if you want to make your GK notes. I will open one of these links and show it to you guys. These are by Legal Edge. As you can see, this is the CLAT post and this is everything about January. It runs into 232 pages. You can find out the important material in this PDF and you can make the notes. And there are also MCQs in this. There are also fill in the blank types. There are one-liners. Everything is available in this PDF for every month. And if you want the link to this Excel sheet, I will leave it in the description. I also have a huge notice board on my table. So I used to collect these newspaper clippings that I used to put on my notice board. And of course, newspaper is the biggest source when it comes to GK. I'm sure 100,000 of people have already told you this. And the 2 newspapers that you should be reading include the Indian Express and the Hindu. Now, I personally read the Indian Express because the Hindu it's a bit of a hard reading experience. So if you enjoy difficult reading, you can go for the Hindu. I personally went for the Indian Express. And other than that, I also used to make these short notes. This is the note about UNESCO, and here I have the note about International Big Cats Alliance. So I use these. I used to write them and I used to stick them around my room so I would come across them a lot of times. Legal. Now, legal is the section that I was the best at when it comes to CLAT, and you will meet a lot of people who will claim that their legal is the best, which is not surprising. But the book that I used for legal was obviously the material that I was given from my coaching. And there was this book for legal aptitude and logical reasoning by AP Bhardwaj, which had all the important articles. It had all the important laws, law of contracts, family law, criminal law, torts. All the notes were in this, and it was a lifesaver. Other than that, legal, I believe, is not very hard. You read what is given in the paragraph, you apply the logic in your questions, in the principle, and if you practice it over, I believe, even 2 months daily, you will get it. It will be on the snap of your fingers. Moving on. Quantitative aptitude. Now, I'm pretty sure that you've heard that quantitative aptitude is described as the make it or break it section. And there is a very good reasoning behind it, because most of the people who are going ahead to give CLAT and AILET, their math is not always very good. Their math is not always par to the level of CLAT. So if you know even that basic level of math, you will be able to crack that, and it will automatically increase your rank by hundreds, because a lot of people don't even attempt the quant section in the fear of getting it wrong. Now my math was personally very good in 10th. I got around 96 or 94 out of 100 in math in class 10th board, so it was not very hard for me to tackle the math in CLAT and AILET because I was well aware of those concepts. Other than that, if you want to work on it, I want to say that there are 8 months left to your entrance. You should work on your quant every day because it can genuinely make differences. Now, the book that you can use for quantitative aptitude is R.S. Agarwal. That's my suggestion. I've heard from a lot of friends that they used it. I personally did not use any book for quant except the one that was given to me by my coaching. But if you want to do that, if you want to make your basic math strong, then you should definitely do it. Vocabulary or the English section. Now, my English has always been very good. I have never scored below 90 out of 100 in my English. So it was not very hard for me to tackle the English section as well. I did not have to use any books for the same. I used to just read the paragraph and I used to answer the question. Plus, my reading speed is something that is on the faster side, so I would end up finishing my English section without skipping anything. The only problem I used to have was when the poems were given. Sometimes the poems are given in the passages and you're asked to answer question based of that. And my poetic device section was not very strong, so I faced issues there. But I believe English is something that anyone can tackle. Just focus on the paragraph, just read it carefully, and you will get done with it. If you are having issues in that, there are hundreds of books available on the internet about the English section for the entrance exams. You can get any of that. I'll link some below in the description. Last but not the least is our logical reasoning section. Now, my logical reasoning journey throughout my preparation was quite a roller coaster. Sometimes it was amazing, sometimes it was so bad, and I could not crack why. Now, logical reasoning has sections. There are those assumption based questions, there are inference based questions, there's analytical reasoning. So first of all, talking about the books that can be used for the same, again there is AP Bhardwaj, Legal Aptitude and Logical Reasoning. I talked about this. It has sample papers, mocks as well. You should go for it. For analytical reasoning, there is this book by M.K. Pandey. There are some people who are very bad at analytical reasoning. There are some people who are very good at it. So this is a good book if you want to fix your analytical reasoning in case it's bad. Other than that, logical is definitely something that you will have to work on. You have, like I said, you have 8 months left. If your logical is bad, it will definitely take time to get up there, to get to the level which you need to in for CLAT. My basic advice is work on your logical and quant almost daily. Stay updated with the GK almost always, and get your English right, get your basic math for quant right, and get your legal right. Other than that, that's that. So this was my video about everything that I used during my CLAT and AILET preparation. If there's any kind of videos, any questions, anything that you need, you may leave it down below in the comment section. And you have 8 months left to your CLAT and AILET. I think this is a good time to start locking in. And I hope you guys do amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.